But did you see where the twist and trace comes from?
You can use whatever words and verbiage you need to make your case. I hear it.
And
That's what's happening.
that's what's happening.
Well, that don't go anywhere.
There you go. Chester's.
All right.
Where is everybody from the last meeting?
Well,
Oh, nobody wants to come and talk story.
yeah, this is not nearly as exciting. All right, I want to call the Planning Commission meeting to order for October 9th, 2019. And let's all say the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, roll call.
Janet Friend is here.
Lee Braille is here.
Cynthia Browning here.
When Jorgensen here.
Forrest Keeney here.
Right. Before we start into our general plan discussion, Janet was wanting to make a statement.
First, I want to apologize for walking out of the meeting last week to my fellow board members. The Graham, I don't know how to say this, but Graham's 5 acre that went to AG5 should never have gone, because that area, the residents themselves want these farms, these AGs, to go on larger lots, and I understand. On Mount Zion Drive, we are surrounded by AG lots as a buffer zone from development. And that's how it should be on small areas, developments like ours. And I thank Trish for your 7.5 acres. But he can have 10 cows on 5 acres now. It's a lot of cows on 5 acres.
More.
It won't support.
More?
There's no limit.
There's no limit
That's
now?
whatever it is.
Okay. I don't think his neighbors are going to appreciate it. And I think we set a bad precedent by being bullied here at the Planning Commission. And this guy came in and like he read all our ordinances and all the things we've been arguing about, trying to get rid of shipping containers and things like this. And say, well, people should be able to do what they want on their own land. Well, that's not how a town works. So I was really disappointed to see it pass through the town council. That's sad. And the lady who has the shipping container out at Gooseberry, that's all fixed up, Tanya, is that her name?
Yeah.
I think we should expunge her record and take off the charges against her. Because what she's done is what we want people to do with their shipping containers. Other than that, I don't think they should be allowed unless they look like that. So that's my 2 cents.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so kind of what we're wanting to do today is just start to actually look at the general plan, because we've been talking about it forever, but it always kind of seems to get bumped. And this is by no means anything that can be all figured out today, but I do think we can at least make some good headway. And I think what we were talking about with the general plan was changing some of these titles of areas. So it's not saying 1 acre or ½ acre, but changing these to low density, medium density, and high density. Because we kind of all thought that those, the cutoff points for those, which was like under an acre would be high density, and 1 acre to under 5 would be medium, and 5 and up would be low density. Is that kind of what we all thought was a pretty good?
Yes.
Could you say that again? I was trying to find my sheet and I didn't.
Okay, so I thought we kind of thought that under 1 acre, high density, 1 acre to under 5 acres, medium density,
Okay.
and then 5 plus low density.
When we write it, does it have to go like 0 to 99 or something like that, so one is not
Yes.
in the low and then one is not, in the two separate sections?
I think we've decided that it'd be 95.95. Wasn't that what we did for it?
So 0 to 1, and 1.1 to 4.99, and then whatever you wanna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just said under 1 acre.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
I
need to
think they-
we need to affix a number to that, so that somebody can't come in and say, well, I got 1.999 acres.
Well, that's gonna still put them in
medium.
medium. If they have .9999, then yeah, that's under 1, but,
Okay.
And I think if we define them, then they can come in and run it way out
yeah, to
and say,
decimal
I
points.
qualify because of that last digit.
That's right. So, I mean, if we said under 1, I mean, isn't that pretty?
That's specific.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Under 1 acre?
Perhaps 1 acre and under, and
No, I didn't wanna do one.
we
acre.
did 1 acre to 5 acres.
Well, no, 'cause we don't want 1 twice.
So under 1 acre,
She said under, yeah.
Yeah,
under 1 acre.
yes.
And 1
One.
to 5 acres.
Under 4.99.
1.99.
Went to under 5.
More than 5
4.9.
acres.
Well, we were wanting to have 5 as the low end of low density.
Correct.
There-
So
yeah,
it'd be
well,
under 5, or it'd be 1 to under 5,
Yeah,
or
we can
less than
change it that
5
way.
to medium.
1 acre to less than 5, and that's very specific.
And then 5 plus
As
low
well.
density.
Okay, good point.
The only thing I'd suggest is adding one more category and breaking up the high density into 2 different,
Be super high density.
yeah, well, quarter acre and then half acre.
Yeah, 'cause we got some
Yeah.
lots in Jefferson Canyon that are a 1/3 acre.
So that'd take one more,
Yeah.
one more.
But then what about in the case of?
Under 1 is high density.
Under 1 would cover everything, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
under
think it
1,
does.
calling under 1 high density
Yeah.
covers all that.
Covers all of
It,
it.
it does,
More
I'm
than
just
half.
wondering if there's some reason to make it a little more
Yeah,
specific.
but
Oh, we don't need to make it more
I
complicated.
don't think so.
Well, the-
We're
Or the
complicated,
quarter,
but-
I think when the time comes that we get higher, like townhomes or condos.
Yeah,
then we
yeah,
can-
apartments and what all.
Then we can adjust and add another category for super low or, super high.
Well, it could be
Well,
it could be residential, commercial or something where you've got an owner, but not the people living there are rentals.
It probably doesn't have anything to do with it, but what I'm saying is, right now, we have the half acre, but then we have a category for lower than half acre on the map. And I just, I'm not, if we're gonna change the map, fine. But it kind of, I don't know how to explain it, kind of muddy.
Well, because the orange is just labeled as high density.
Right.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Well, no, actually, I was talking about the yellow, the R medium. I take that to mean less than half acre. Now, maybe
Well, we don't
we don't
have,
know, maybe we don't know what that is.
I don't think we necessarily have big tracts of land that are less than half acres right now. Just because
Well-
when the town first, was incorporated, I think we were willing to go down as low as a half acre,
Right.
but not any lower than that.
Okay,
So-
well then, I guess that brings up the question, what does the R medium refer to at this point, before we change it? Cause I never have understood what it meant.
Well, what are those lots technically zoned at, right?
They're not zoned, they're open space, if
Okay.
you want
Well,
technical zone. Well, I think all the yellow is open space, I'd have to go double check, but.
Well, the color
Yellow
coding,
is
that's,
medium.
yeah, the color coding for the
For
general plan doesn't necessarily
Right,
tie into what
I
the
understand
zone
that.
officially is.
And that's why I said I'd have
Yeah.
to check, but I think they're all open space.
So that's what we
Well,
get to
that's
do with
right,
the general
yeah.
plan, is kind of figure out where we would like to see high density versus medium density versus low density. That's what we kind of get to talk about.
Don't we
Yeah.
kinda need to know what's zoned now, so we'll end up with a.
All of the yellow is, open space, comparing the two maps, other than the one, parcel that is agriculture, actually zoned agriculture. The rest of it is zoned open space, how's that? And I'm talking about that big,
So this is open space?
Yep. This is agriculture right here, zoned
Okay.
agriculture, if that makes sense. But yeah, the rest, according to what I'm looking at is open space, so. I just, I really don't know what they meant by that.
Hey, Forrest, what is the concern if it's 1 acre or less, it's high density? If they have a 1/3 acre, a 1/4 acre, or 3/4,
Right.
who cares? What is the concern? I mean, if you just leave it 1 acre or less.
Just because we have it looks to me like we have it broken down now.
Okay.
We don't have to in the future, but.
Wouldn't it
It would
be
be
easier if we
simpler.
just showed it on the new map as 1 acre or less is high density, and then
That
that's.
would be definitely easier, you'd have a lot less,
Arguments
Fewer
or concerns
colors.
or whatever. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's
Oh, yeah.
not something we can't do.
Well, I'm just wondering what the concern was, because to me, if you have 1 acre or less, it doesn't matter if you have a 1/4, a 1/2, a 3/4, if you have less than an acre, and that's high density, the next one's medium, and the next one's low density.
Should be as unconfusing as possible.
Yeah, I like the 3.
Okay.
I think that covers it pretty well.
And honestly, something that's, already zoned, it's already zoned.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, we're not gonna
And
change it.
so, yeah.
It would be nice to have a zoning map to go with this, so we know.
Yes.
I've got a copy if you wanna look at it for a
I
second.
mean, very few bits are actually,
Very hard to compare
Zoned.
to.
Yeah, we had two the same size or something. I guess they're the same size, but.
I'm just concerned as to what the yellow R medium was ever supposed to mean. To me, the way they have it listed here, I would have thought it was between 1/2 acre and high density.
Well, this
You
map
could-
we're looking at.
You
for
could change the
says
nomenclature on the map
Right.
to match what we're talking about. But I agree with you, because what does our medium mean?
but that's why we're not gonna have our
That's
meeting
all I'm
anymore.
saying.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying, why don't we just look at changing the nomenclature on the map with the colors and say, you know, high density.
Make
medium.
all that yellow, the high density.
Yeah, so we'll get rid of all the other stuff.
We can't go by this map, it is
I
so
know.
wrong.
Well, that's what we got to do.
Well, and also, I mean, again, this is the general plan, and if we're changing how it's divided up into size or whatever, I mean, we can technically, I think the idea was that the further back you get from the highway, the bigger the lots are.
Yeah.
That's why I thought this had to be less than 1/2 acre for the
Well, no,
yellow.
because usually it was just a 1/2 acre was kind of the smallest we went, except for this orange bit down at the
Right,
bottom, and
right.
planned developments that have
So why they
arranged.
had our medium to start with, I'm not clear, because at that point.
There's a lot of unclear things.
Yeah, that's
So.
true. At that point, there wasn't anything less than 1/2 acre, so why was it on
I have no idea. But it's
Um,
okay, we don't need to know why. We can just decide what we think is kind of best for where we're headed
Okay.
right now. And so maybe further back, the yellow could be medium density, and closer
Right.
to the highway can be the
Just
high
draw
density.
the lines differently.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem
I
with
mean,
that.
especially if it's open space right now. And even if it is, defined as a certain, zone, then it's already zoned that, and it should be fine too, so. I don't see anyone getting too bent out of shape about it.
Well,
I mean, before we change this, and we were gonna have to have
We're
hearings
gonna have to have
anyway,
hearings.
so we're just kinda doing the
So-
preliminary ideas at this point.
Right. Sounds good. I just wondered if anybody knew what that meant back in the day.
I mean, it's a lot simpler if you just have high, medium, and low and change the map and the nomenclature on the map, you're good. And you're gonna have to do that anyway, you're gonna have to change it, so.
Right, Blake and I actually did that back the first part of the year.
We've been supposed to have been doing this now for 2
Yeah.
years.
We actually had a pretty good map. I don't know whatever happened to it.
Well, like all things else, it's tend to get restarted a few
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
so. All right, so, so we are going to, the stuff that is already brown, I guess, that's 1 acre. So, we can keep brown as medium density if you want.
Are those, do they have dedicated roads, or will they be under an acre with a dedicated road?
I only know about my area, and these are all at least.
So if that road comes off your property, are you under 1 acre?
I don't think so. Yes.
Cynthia, on this part over here, does the brown say half acre?
No.
No, it
1
says
acre.
1 acre.
1 acre.
It's hard to see with the,
Red is half acre.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Brown, this was kind of reddish, that's maroon.
oh, maroon.
Maroon's a half acre.
Yeah, kind of
It looks pretty crimson on my paper, but it's pretty red.
it's,
That we probably all are seeing different
I'm
things.
seeing fire engine red, is what I'm seeing.
And so, and then the residential 1 acre is brown.
Right.
And so, since brown is already there for 1 acre, I mean, we can keep brown for medium density. It would just be adding things from 1 acre to under 5.
Well, what, we need to figure out where to put that, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and we need to decide, you know, what we're wanting to keep half acre, what things are already zoned half acre.
You know, what projects already approved with 1 acre and 5 acre and 3rd acre.
Or whether we don't need to, maybe on the general plan, we don't need to worry about what everything already is. We can make it on the general plan, but the fact that it's already zoned,
Yeah.
they're not gonna have to fight us or anything, because it's
Yeah.
already zoned that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do have a lot of projects that are already approved.
And it just means that going forward, we would go by this general idea of things.
Yes. But the next map we do, I want landmarks.
I always have to just find my neighborhood. That
You
tells
can
me
find
what
your
it is.
neighborhood,
Yeah,
because I can't
yeah,
find
yeah.
mine.
But I bring to your attention the map that Ensign put together some time ago, about a year ago, that's been paid for. And it matches with the version that you're looking at, but it's electronic. So you have, I have it up here on the screen.
Right.
You have the ability to actually click on it and see what the zoning
Oh, nice.
definition is. You can zoom in and out.
So what does it say our median definition is?
I don't think it gives a definition, does it?
Sorry, no, it doesn't.
Oh.
It doesn't actually define it. You can click on it and it
And it-
says
and
what
it
that area is.
highlights, okay.
So that's just something to reference when you're near a computer.
And Ben, is that one available to everyone to?
It's on the website right now.
Okay.
Everything's
Right.
on the website. It's a good website.
If you go to departments and building department, it's on land use maps is the location of that.
And weren't we cutting off the commercial strip further up the road?
I hope so. It's way too much commercial. Way.
Yeah, I thought we were cutting off that last little skinny strip.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a lot of it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. It's 3 miles long, and one north-south,
Mhm.
more than 3 miles.
That's
actually.
almost too many.
1, 2, good grief, pushing 5 miles. I'm reading that right.
So how far were we wanting to go with that? What do we have that, do we have?
last one off.
Well, that for sure, I just didn't know if we wanted to go further. Thought.
Well, Jessup Canyon's gonna have a lot of commercial, at the back. And then the Chevron, and then those guys wanted commercial, but I think they want too much commercial. Travis and them.
All right, now we have all these, something to keep in mind is all the stuff that's labeled agriculture, and that's purple.
Yeah,
See, that's where Graham could've bought a lot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he was close.
I know, right across the highway could've bought a lot.
A lot next to them too, but, so are we wanting to define agriculture anymore, or are we kind of moving away from agriculture and going just with,
Well, I think we need agriculture because
call
there's
it
a
low
lot of
density?
people
Because
that
that's kind of one of the arguments from the meeting was that agriculture would still be low density, so are we just wanting to call it low
Well, that's
density?
it, have it in low density.
Well, agriculture to me is, well, it's a business. Well, that's it, so, to me, that's different than
Also a lifestyle.
Or a
your.
home farm, or a
Home farm,
lifestyle.
Hobby
For us, it's a
farm.
lifestyle. I
Right.
got my horses, and I wanted a big
What
barn.
happens when you sell and somebody comes in and says, well, good place for a commercial stable?
Well, it's not zoned
But they can't
commercial.
zone it.
No, what I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be zoned commercial, it has to be zoned agriculture, and then you do what you want. You can sell horses, raise them, sell cattle.
That's why
raise-
agricultural should be on larger lots
Well,
than 5 acres.
I'm just saying you shouldn't combine them with residential, but that's my.
Okay, you have zones that are agriculture and zones that are commercial,
Right.
but we're looking at
I think-
areas.
Well,
And so, big colors that things can fit in. So something will be like low density on here, but low density can comprise residential or agriculture, or as long as it's low density. I mean, that's what I'm asking is,
yeah.
because again, this is just a general plan of areas where certain things are allowed in sizes. Or do we,
There's some logic to that, it makes more sense than having these, oh gosh, what is it?
because we have just little patchworks of
Yeah.
agriculture.
Well, no, they're not little.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it's not it's not in a specific, and then you'll have zones, like little patches of it here and there,
Right.
when we look at the actual zone part.
When you look at the zone, you
Yeah.
see a little more agriculture.
So I'm, whatever it's zoned, if it's OST or if it's, residential or whatever, they would still have to get a zone change to agriculture. I'm just wondering if on this map, it just kind of tells the types of sizes of areas, if all of that could go in low density, that they would still have to get a zone change to agriculture if it's not already zoned that. Because you have the general map, and then you have the zone. So, I mean, just an idea,
Question.
yeah.
On your nomenclature, if you look up here, you got R 1 acre, and I just added 2.599, that's considered, medium. And then you got the next one, a half acre, that's considered high, then you go down again, you got another medium and another high. Why can't we combine them?
I don't see what I'm saying.
Huh?
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, instead of, let's change the nomenclature and straighten the line, your nomenclature is gonna be this big instead of that big.
No, I agree.
No, I think the 1 acre is gonna become medium under the definition.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
one acre.
That will just go away. It's on here twice, actually.
Yeah, it should've never said 1 acre, really.
Well, you got two of them on there twice, you got a half acre and that's high density.
Yeah, they'll both go
That'll go
away.
away and the medium will go away.
Yeah.
And then you just add the rest whatever you
And
need.
so will manufacturing.
We actually have manufacturing somewhere, but I don't remember where.
I think it's exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 'cause at least on my color code here, both commercial and manufacturing look like different shades of turquoise. So I can't tell which is,
But it's really hard to tell.
Would
yeah.
commercial and manufacturing be the same thing?
No, 'cause that one's a lighter shade of turquoise for parks.
Oh, manufactured homes.
I don't know.
There's two little manufacturing, zones right
I'm wondering
down
if
here.
this is manufacturing.
And here.
That's what I was wondering.
Can you see the mouse on the screen? This is the teal,
Okay, that's
Okay.
manufacturing,
yes.
okay.
So
Is that
that's
the
what-
only manufacturing?
What does that look like, what does that look like on the zone map?
It's not manufacturing on the zone map.
Okay then. Huh.
That was a mistake, maybe.
Yeah, just have a commercial period.
2007 or 8 or something.
Well, that might have been someone's future plans that got put on the general plan that we don't really need anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where Jessup
Yeah.
County is.
You know, if they did, wouldn't it fall under commercial?
They
Like
actually,
commercial 3 or something
Well, they
is
got.
I'd have to look it up to be,
industrial.
Like, what kind of
I'd
focus?
have to look it up to be, totally convinced, but I think they changed it all to
I go on
residential.
Google Earth and look
10 years
at
Yeah.
You see my backyard and everything.
Some of the, yeah, I'd have to look at the notes. It got really complicated, what they did.
Well, actually, this is.
Yeah, at one point it was manufacturing, then changed it. Long time ago.
Okay, so this is Main Street right here, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Where's Main
So-
Street?
Were we just kind of
The blue?
wanting
The blue.
North and
commercial
south.
to
Blue Street.
skirt the highway?
I'm saying like a quarter of a mile, half a mile or something. 5 miles is whoa. A lot.
Only a mile of that should be commercial.
You know, I'm looking wrong, those are half miles, not miles. So it's one.
So where, how far down puts us at about a mile? Is that about here?
Be two sections, right?
Yeah, I think it's just up just up from where the manufacturing. No, yours is different than mine, I swear. No, it's not. That would be a mile, right, that line there. No, going down.
Very down?
No, well, let me see your map,
I was looking up above too. Yeah. Both sides of the highway.
Oh, yours lucky, it doesn't really have lines through it very well. No wonder you can't find it. I think it's right here. And I'm doing it red pen and that didn't work very well. I think that's a mile right there.
Okay, and
Yeah.
so,
Up
And
here.
here's our road.
Probably this one, but that's huge.
well, but the whole thing turns too, so.
Yeah, well, that's.
So then if we cut it off here, that's more than fair. I was thinking actually
This, like I said, that's a full mile, I don't know if we need a full mile. In my opinion, I know Lake and I did it that way. And looked at it and thought, yeah, that's fine.
And you're thinking.
That's just two people.
Yeah, why do we even need this?
We don't.
So
If this
maybe
needs change,
make-
it's just,
Maybe make the commercial cut off about here.
that way you don't have a little section.
Okay.
Probably not so little.
So we're thinking of maybe cutting off the commercial here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too.
And that-
Yeah, it's right about there.
that one line I put in at the bottom, I'd move that up.
We can move this up to,
Up to the top of the purple,
Maybe halfway.
Not the top, the first line down.
Yeah.
like here.
You're right up
We
there.
don't have a big-
You have a line in
Right about there.
that's kind of this.
Got it all in there. Okay, second line, good.
Big square.
You see where,
Yeah, big square.
you can see a line in mine.
And we just have to convince all these landowners to.
No, wait, now.
Well, but I mean, if they're already zoned, then they don't need to worry about it, but at least it's kind of for
They
future
can
things.
hotels in
So
that
that
side
goes
and
from there
Yeah,
down
that's
there.
that out there. On top of that.
That's still,
Okay, so the blue all around that, the sides,
maybe.
we can have that stay commercial.
Yeah.
All right. And then, the-
Forrest, were you suggesting the top of that section line?
Down,
No.
take a little square with the strip.
You see the little, there's a big strip and then there's the little rectangle
Right there.
down.
Right
way-
here.
on the
Goes
bottom
down.
of the little square.
Bottom of the
Yeah,
lower,
right there.
yeah, bottom,
Yeah.
there you go.
And then on the south side of the road, take that like a half.
Or actually more like, from where it is now, more like a third.
Yeah, a third of that,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is about a mile and a half.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And that's still a lot.
Yeah.
We could be talked into less, people.
Yeah, we could. A mile on each side would be good.
Swim to saddle a horse and ride into the sun.
Yeah, it's still a lot. But, Mike mentioned some of this was rezoned. Some of this commercial was already rezoned, so I guess we'll deal with that sometime.
Well, yeah, I mean, if it's zoned already, then they don't need to worry about it.
We gotta leave it
We're
alone.
we're gonna color code it how it will be for anyone who hasn't rezoned yet. Unless they want to come and do a general plan amendment hearing. All right, so,
Anybody longing more or less on that commercial that he was looking at up here?
well, do you want to try to just go a
Let's-
mile either way?
Yeah.
Where is a mile up and a mile down?
That's more than we got, I believe,
I thought it was a mile and a half is what we,
total.
Give me just one second.
Total from the junction there.
We're discussing Main Street.
Yes.
His first dance line.
Some of the surveys that we put out, the consensus was people were a mile and a half. And I think that if you've driven it, you know where that vineyard is out there?
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
It's just past that is a mile.
for the north part.
Uh-huh. And then if you go a mile and a half, you're looking at almost,
We shouldn't go a mile and a half, we
you know,
should
a
go
mile and a half
mile.
is almost to Angel's house straight out,
Yeah,
so.
that's too far. We should only go out, where the vineyard, as far as the vineyard is.
Well, now you said the vineyard was
About a mile
from the junction?
from the
from
junction.
59, yeah.
So we wanna go less than a mile for that commercial? So that it goes from the commercial to the high density to the bigger residence? Do we go half mile on that commercial? Because if you look at other towns, you've got your commercial on the outside edges. And they really don't go that deep in.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
have your high density living and then your larger estates.
Well, we gotta look at who owns that property and convince them they should do something.
Well, they're gonna get notice and they can come in and convince us. I don't know,
The thing is, when you look at our area, I know people have talked about not having being a place where everybody comes to visit for the tourists, but we have to face facts. We live next to Zion, we have the bike trails,
Yeah.
We are a tourist destination, whether we like it or not. And we want that commercial stuff to be off the main drag. We don't want it coming a mile in off the main drag. If we're gonna have commercial, let the commercial stay next to the highway.
Yeah, well, we want this to be a destination too, where they stay and spend money.
But you start bringing that commercial too far in, and how much
Yeah.
commercial, what are you gonna have coming in a mile in off the main drag?
Well, we got a huge housing development, so cutting it down even further
Right.
would be a good idea.
But if we're gonna keep that high density closer to the highway and keep
Yeah.
that commercial close to the
The
highway.
weird thing about it is since 59 curves down, and then you have Main Street, this line kind of at least connected with this. It might be more than a mile, or it might be like a mile in, but it's still like super close to the highway on as a crow flies.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Right.
guessing that commercial
Right.
people who would bring stuff in would make connecting roads.
And that has been discussed.
Well, and if you think of like where Janet lives back there on Zion Drive, if they start taking commercial a mile in from that intersection, she's gonna be looking at commercial application, and not necessarily cabins or medium commercial, or light commercial, but the heavier
High
commercial
density.
should be closer, and then your high density should
So
be
at
like
the
that.
junction of 59 and Main Street, how far back is like a half mile? Going north?
Probably to that first section line, I would guess.
That's right, yep,
I
right,
know- I
right
know
at
where
that
it's
section
the
line.
first, it's the first barbed wire fence.
I would say you need more than half a mile
Yeah.
for commercial.
Both north and south.
Yeah,
And then you got a
yeah,
mile.
north, you
lower.
get a mile between the medium, but if you go a half mile, that's more than enough.
That's what I've
Just,
said for
just,
6
just right where
months.
that barn is with all the junk parked at it now.
Right, yeah, I mean,
It
Well,
shouldn't
okay,
be farther
we can do
than
it that way, and then if someone wants to plead their case, then they can, but at least we're covered.
For a half mile each way.
So a half mile each way. We might as well just see how that goes over, because we still have to do the hearing bit. All right, so a half mile the other way, again to that first line probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I would
So
think
that'd be a
that's
mile each
a
way.
good starting point.
So that's a half mile.
I think it's a little off, probably a little off, but close enough.
Okay.
And bear in mind that these maps we're looking at, don't really show the current parcels very well. So we may.
Or where the roads are gonna end up going. I
Exactly,
mean,
so.
No, Forrest, I don't even know where I live on this.
I know where you live.
I know where
This
you
is like over here. All right. So then, if we have 1, 2, basically 4, 9, 9, 9, 9, infinity, under 5, as brown, what else do we want brown on here?
Well, out of bubbling wells, I'd like to see most of it brown. If we have bubbling wells on here, even, I don't think we.
I agree.
Well,
Okay, that should all be low density.
we're saying the brown will be low density.
No, we're saying brown will be medium density, because brown is already 1 acre.
Yes, yes.
And
Okay,
so,
but the people at bubbling wells do not want that small lot.
no, people at Bubbling Wells want, low
5 and
density.
above, yeah.
Yes. And
So that'll be a different color altogether, but, as far as where we want high density, medium density, and low density on this map.
Yeah,
And if we're wanting a separate category just for agriculture, or if we're just wanting to make that low density, or what? Just because.
I'm sure it would be simpler to make it low density and have them figure out how they want to zone it, because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that'd
Otherwise,
be
we're kinda
best.
tying
And if it's already zoned agriculture, fine, it's still low density.
I would just make it all low density.
I wonder if there is some state requirement to have some agriculture. I don't know.
But again, that zoning, we will still have agriculture zoning.
Yeah,
we're still wanting
We're
to
just not planning
conflate
it as
zoning
zoning.
with the general plan,
Right.
so.
Do we need the golf course line?
Yes, because we have a golf course going in on at Jessup.
Well, and
Yeah, but
this-
they're already PD,
That's
so
PD.
Yeah,
that doesn't really.
so we don't need another one, because
No.
we'll just stick it out front of my house.
Just take it
No,
out.
let's get rid of
Put it
it.
into parks or something.
Yeah, parks, golf courses. We've got a great park here. And now it's gonna have bathrooms.
That'd be nice, yeah.
All right, so we have this big yellow for medium that we probably want to break up into high, medium, and low density.
Maybe,
You want to just follow the little squares?
yeah, I would, closer to the road, the
So
higher
this would be
density,
high,
medium, low, and back.
medium, and low.
I like it.
Okay. And same with the purple that's there on the south side.
That should stay agriculture because there are farms there.
So we should just call that
Yeah.
high, yeah, we're gonna call that low density.
That's all we'll do.
Okay,
So we don't have, otherwise we're tired or something.
yeah, 'cause I get my apples from there.
We won't mess with it.
Don't mess with my apples.
You know where the apples are, but you don't know where you live.
I know where the apples are.
Whoa, 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 okay.
Well, I mean, but we have, we do have this area that we're calling high density right here.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be the difference between right off the highway,
Oh.
high density versus right off the highway? On just on the other side of that. I guess that's what,
I don't know.
That's a PD now, isn't it, land development?
I think we're all talking about different things here.
Oh, you're talking about all these.
okay, so we have the highway,
Yeah,
and then we made this high, medium, low.
right.
And then technically, if we're gonna follow the same logic, like this could still be high since it's right there on the other side of the,
So you're talking about all the agriculture, what is now agriculture?
what is now on the plan is agriculture
Right,
versus what's,
changing.
yeah.
Changing that to the most north one, high density, and then,
Or we can just start with a medium if you want, medium and then low.
we probably got enough high density, if truth be told, so just
And you're
do,
getting pretty far from town. so-
Medium and low.
yeah, medium and low would be good.
Okay.
We're gonna end up with a lot of low density, but, okay.
But isn't that what we kinda want here?
Well, it is, but
It is.
every time we say that, somebody says, no, that's not what we're doing, so.
Okay, so where's bubbling wells in all of this?
That's the high ground tip.
Okay.
The term bubbling wells is a little vague to me, so I don't know.
Where that tension.
I know where the
It's
road
where
is.
Rich and Debbie live.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
By the metal, the transmission
Okay.
shop.
so,
are we,
anything,
well, this is,
I don't know where, I know where bubbling wells is, I don't know where that area is. Yeah, I mean, we're just talking about everything.
so this up here, low density. Okay, so if we kind of did a little jag thing,
Yeah,
we could do a,
do a medium.
we want medium here or
I put-
high?
No, I put medium and then low.
And then low, low. Okay. be like this little jagged, following this red a little bit,
Mhm.
would be medium. And then the purple and up would be low.
Low, and no high.
No,
No.
No high.
Yeah.
Now, where are you gonna do medium? I mean,
kind of this like little jagged red.
oh, okay. Well, I thought that was where they wanted the 5 acres.
No, no, that's right
I can't
above.
see what she's pointing at. What are you pointing at for medium?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still trying to get closer now.
Yeah, okay. I agree. Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
Because isn't there a cul-de-sac here somewhere?
What?
A cul-de-sac here somewhere with half-acre lots on it?
No.
Okay, we can
No,
probably,
the cul-de-sac was over in,
That one right there, we need to make
No.
a look into it.
yes. I think we just kind of follow along here.
I thought it was for, full homes.
And density, all along here.
This is actually zoned ag right there.
there's no cul-de-sac.
This, the yellow is?
Yep.
Both of them?
No, just this one. Yeah. Actually,
This would be low.
You guys aren't very good at taking.
What's this? This is what was supposed to be like Desert Rose, right?
actually, that's open space,
Open space?
and next to it is
Yeah, I could have
single family one. So,
I didn't like
kind of, they're,
It's higher medium.
yeah,
Yeah, there's not many rules about that.
Do we wanna
Well,
make
we got to do it with how we want it to.
it changed? Bottom yellow, medium?
this one, this gets confusing for the way you get.
Well, I think doing both medium
This is actually ag right here.
allows from 1 to 5.
We need a round table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we really do.
Yeah, that's what I meant, medium, at least 1 acre, okay, so, I know, we.
You guys want us to bring some tables in so you guys can sit around tables?
Yeah,
You go get some?
we're good. We're good.
We're getting into your hour, do you want me to go get some tables? Or no?
I think it's just a start anyway. We'll
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
tonight.
Yeah,
No,
we're not getting.
We'll give ourselves another like 15-ish
Okay.
minutes or so, and then we'll call it good. But I think we've made some good headway.
Yeah.
Okay, so then make all of this medium.
No,
Come on.
that's ag.
No.
Zone ag.
But can we do medium density on those?
Oh, no, you can't, I don't think.
1 to 5?
If it's already zoned to ag, I don't know how you.
But for general, again, if we make it the general
Okay.
plan and it's already zoned something, it's not gonna bother them, yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna worry about it.
It's only if
Okay.
someone wants to come in later and do something
Just
different.
Try not to confuse people, like me.
Cause this all the way back here is medium. Cause this is us, we're medium.
Okay, that's out by my house, isn't it?
No.
I don't know where I live on that stupid map.
Somebody give her a clue.
This is Gooseberry.
Okay,
Here's the main part of town. You're probably like
right here,
over here somewhere.
okay.
Okay, so we're wanting to call all this, and see, what are we gonna do with this thing right now?
That's the golf
That-
course, I think.
What's our,
But no one's really even,
Yeah, I would just take it off of there. I mean, there's nothing planned to go there yet.
yeah, it was PUD. I don't see any reason to leave it that, but that's just me. What's our highest density? High density, I guess, huh? I probably put high density.
well, so we can make, since this is kind of, are we wanting to make it medium or low?
I'd say medium.
Okay, so medium, medium,
Cause most
Medium.
everything out there is
Medium.
1
Yeah.
to 2 acres.
because yeah, all of this is 1 acre residential. And so this would be medium too. It's already kind of on there that way.
Yeah, I think, no, you know what, I think.
And this is already medium. And are we making this? Medium. this, we'll have like on this side of the road, this part will be low, but on this side of the road it can be medium.
That's the, down right,
Okay. All right, and then,
Yeah, I think so too.
what are we calling all of this?
They gotta rezone that though.
We wanna call,
that could be high, it already is almost.
kind of,
Well, it was, there again, that was an old PD, PUD. So you can do whatever you want, it seems to me.
maybe we can call it medium, if they want high density, they'll have to apply.
Yeah,
I like that.
Okay.
And that gives them an acre lot.
keep it as big as we
Yeah.
can.
And I'm talking about all of that yellow too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole
She
bit,
got it.
yeah,
That ends on everything.
What is that?
that keeps it simple.
Make it all one color.
Medium density.
I like it, yeah, make it all,
Low density, everything.
yeah. Well, very, very.
One
low
color,
density.
boom. Okay, let's see. Where is this? It's lower down here. Okay.
That big map is a mess, Mike.
So I think
We're looking at something else, but I was just
The
trying to.
red's all gonna go to medium too?
That's the golf course.
This half acre now.
all these,
And we were showing
Like
this
this whole
is from
area?
half acre here, but isn't that
well,
on
see,
top of
but
that?
we're already, we get too low when we're here,
That's right, is that on top?
right?
Mhm. This has to be low, so that would be the point.
Well, Cedar Point would be medium, no?
Cedar Point would be
Yeah,
low.
No, high,
High,
because they're
yeah.
half acre.
Right,
Yeah.
that would be the.
And then next
This
to
is
the
one
that's where,
Yeah.
what, South Zion is 1 acre, right? Yeah, so that would be medium.
Okay, that's it.
Cedar Point is high, and then South Zion Estate goes medium, because that's 1 acre.
So we were gonna call,
Yes.
we were gonna call this medium.
I think so. I keep losing track of what's what.
Medium. We were kind of cutting it off with the purple part.
Right.
Yeah, half acre.
Here too,
or
right?
1 acre lower is,
I would go lower. than
High.
that.
And the 1 to 4.99 is medium. And 5 and above is.
never gonna get used to this.
Take that
Sure
out.
you will.
So you had,
Okay. So the bottom is park,
and medium in
Okay.
Cedar
This
Point
way.
/ Zion Estates.
and,
Zion Estates are usually more than an acre,
Green
right?
out.
1 acre.
1 acre.
yeah, we
They were
would just
1
change
acre.
it all to,
Yes.
Just
to
take it
brown.
out, we don't want.
yeah.
Cynthia, just a question.
Yeah,
When we did our training and everything, I know on this map, we don't have those changes, but if we change everything you're changing now and taking all this and wiping it clean, we've got to, if we go back to the other map, after we do this, doesn't that have, we have to notify everybody we're changing those zonings, don't we?
well, we're not changing zones.
No, no.
We're not gonna change those zones.
No zone
Usage.
change.
Okay,
There is one little piece out there that is zoned right now, it's C3.
okay, I just misunderstood when some comments were made, I misunderstood that when we were talking about that.
Yep.
Right.
That.
No, I don't-
We're general planning it, but if
Anything
they've
that's
already,
already zoned, it's gonna
We're
say
leaving those
zone that,
zones.
yeah,
We're leaving
we're
those
just,
alone.
yeah.
Cause that's another mess.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
a
We
mess.
don't want another mess.
Okay.
We don't want that one.
All right.
And this is-
I'm just clarifying.
Right.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, that's a lot.
But don't look at that
Very
big map.
preliminary.
Yeah, I know it's messed up too.
Totally wrong,
Okay.
completely wrong,
Thanks.
backwards. Look at it backwards and it's
So
okay.
everything that's not colored at all, is that not part of our town?
What now?
Well, yeah, all this open
That's
space.
open space.
Okay,
All of these down here are future annexations. That's not part of our town, if that's what you're asking.
so part of our town is this
Yep.
lighter gray
Yep.
color?
No, you missed it. It goes up this way. That's annexation down here.
No, we should have.
Well, that's the annexation boundary.
Right up here and Joe Grand does this. So all of this is future annexation. Well, not this. This in here.
How far is it over here now?
This is future. This line right here.
This line right here is.
Yep. Yep.
So it's pretty much better than covered there.
Well, unless you wanna In theory, we
Can
ought
you
to,
take all the colors off of this?
You can
Is
take
that
them
what
off
we
or-
annex?
It's not even our land.
Yeah.
Let's just show it as.
Let's just show what we have
Future.
so far.
Future, yeah.
probably technically the state says you should have it,
We can leave it on there, we just won't have
but,
it.
yeah, we just won't have, we'll have the lines.
You know?
Right.
We'll have the
we
lines,
just won't
but
have a
we'll just make it
predetermined
Right.
useful.
the geographical.
Right.
Future boundary or
That could
future,
be 50 years from now, and things are.
Yeah.
or never, I mean, who knows?
Whatever.
Might be like rough boundary.
Well, 50 years for me is never, so.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Probably all of us.
All right, so then we have this and this and this. And,
Yeah, you can ignore all that on the bottom if you want.
oh, I will,
Yeah,
I
we'll
will.
just-
And
Okay,
actually-
so we need to, because, all right, so I guess the last couple that we need to kind of look at are these.
This is not town boundary here, so you're not doing anything up there, but I just thought I'd point it out.
This manufacturing weird thing here.
That is not, you know, it hasn't been manufactured for about 10 years. There is one little manufacturing area somewhere.
Transmission.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So here's the
well,
highway.
that's a long
So are we
story.
wanting to make this?
Used car lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, pardon.
I mean, it's already saying half acre, this red, this
No, which
red
one?
part here,
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah,
jobs
yeah.
like this, right?
No, this is PD.
No, I know, but
Okay.
that's we're gonna have like separate colors for PD.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I think we should.
Okay, so then this,
And
all of
actually,
that?
this is PD up here, up above Gooseberry.
Yeah.
But we're not real clear on exactly where above the Gooseberry, because they keep changing.
And if it's even gonna
Well,
happen.
That's PD up there.
That'll change the.
Yeah, you gotta have your PD on
Yeah. Well, we
Okay,
do,
but
we
this,
just
but
did.
this little triangle is not? Because there was like this
No,
extra
it
little line.
drops down like that and.
there. Right
So
now,
what's this little diagonal?
right now,
line?
you're right, that is not part of it. That is open space.
That little cutoff.
Yep.
Okay, so-
They have not bought it yet.
So then we can make that,
That would be low density to match up.
The way I understand
okay, low? Or,
Or high, excuse me.
yeah, high, okay. So high.
I just, Lexius.
it. Your map has a line through it, and mine doesn't. Well, maybe it does. Yeah, that is,
Okay, and that's not us. Is that, this is, we got those like that, right? Town boundaries?
I think.
no,
No?
no, it gets a little more complicated.
Okay, is this little red square near the town boundary?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that is right there.
Yes.
Okay, so then that's.
Then you're right, it comes up
high
here, that's,
also?
No, that's both, further up you go.
that is actually, thinking here.
The side of the mountain, probably.
I think that is actually part of the PD.
They did have some lots up on top of it.
Yeah, we have 6 TDs planned.
6?
Okay, it's just that there's this little
Oh,
line
well,
here,
that's
so I'm
nowhere
not
to-
sure.
And okayed, but no money yet.
We'll have to get out the Jefferson map and see where it is.
Yeah, I'd honestly
Will it
don't
either be
remember.
PD or high, where it's next to PD?
But if you're going to make this part, the big part, something, it doesn't hurt to put the little part.
Well,
on
the
same
big part
place.
is PD,
Right,
so,
oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
But they have mixed densities, the further away you go, the less density there is.
I have no idea where we have a Jefferson map.
So,
Jefferson, their
Well,
high density is at the very start.
yeah.
And then as it goes around the golf
Lower
course,
medium.
it opens up into larger lots.
Those are really big
The
lots.
lodge
Okay.
and then the planetary.
so low down with this bottom square. It
Unless
might
it's-
be part of the PD,
It
and
might
then we'll
be.
put it with the PD, but until then, we can call it low. Okay, and then this, because we have to figure out what we're doing with all of this part, right? Is this our boundary here?
Yeah, that's outside of our boundary.
Yeah, but
But
this is
this
our,
is-
this is us.
Right.
Okay, so
You need
then,
this.
Are we just leaving all that other open space?
well, I mean, we still wanna have a color.
Have a designation.
Yeah, so I think all of this would be low.
Probably low. I think if it's open space, we probably want. all
Pretty
of
sure
it
that is
low.
part of Jefferson.
I don't know.
What do you think?
Well, we've got a main road here, so this could be medium, but.
Yeah, this could be,
But yeah, back in here should probably be low.
we wanna make this one high, since it's red and it's like half
Sure.
acre. So this can be high,
And it's got some.
and this can be medium, and this can be low.
Let's keep it low for now. And we could do medium here.
Yeah, I think-
Commercial there, but it should be medium below, right?
Yeah, I think we made this top part medium, since the highway's right here.
Mm-hmm.
I think we went with medium and low. That's what my scribble was saying. So medium, low.
Right,
And same
Right.
here. Medium and low.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Across the road too.
So we're gonna leave this for commercial, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have-
This is where we,
have a-
that's where they said the line was.
Oh, okay,
Well,
okay.
you wanna shorten it up at that point?
Because wasn't that where we
yeah,
said
yeah,
the
you're right.
half mile was? You're going a half mile this way and a half mile.
It's
this way.
not quite a half
Actually,
mile,
if
but
they
it's.
realign this road, it's gonna come this way and then back over, so we
Well,
might have to
that's a whole
rearrange
other
it.
mess.
Not that big a deal, I don't think. It's not that.
Okay,
huge.
that kind of covers all that, right?
That's us.
Oh, okay, what else, let's see. And then
Better
we're
stay
doing
low.
low, cause we
Yeah,
have this,
I'd keep it low.
and that's not us. Okay, I think we, oh, and then up here, low. Well, this is already,
That's
it's
already.
medium already.
Pretty much got its own already, isn't it?
So do medium and medium.
Yeah, that's all zoned right now, so.
I don't know where this line would change. I don't know, like. I know it doesn't line up nicely,
Yeah.
but, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright,
so
what
yeah.
is that mostly forest on that side here, is this, what's it zoned for now?
Almost all of this is already rezoned, way, big parcels, 1,200 acres or so,
Low
1,100.
Some low, some medium,
There
right?
was some 1 acre, some half acre, so whatever that is. I can't remember what.
Well, but we can still call it
Yeah.
medium and low,
If
and.
that fits the half
And
the
if
one.
it's already zoned, it's already zoned,
Right.
but
Yeah.
for future stuff, that's what we'll have.
I just wanted to see how it's getting
Yeah.
used. or-
Right.
Cynthia, let me borrow your van, I can't stand there.
And I'll just give my,
Texted from
I'll
work.
give my map to you.
Perfect.
Yeah, so you can see my,
If you get any questions,
so,
don't
or
call
maybe,
me.
maybe you can make a copy of my map so I can see what I wrote on there.
Or maybe
Or a
we
few
can
copies.
change it and make a draft of,
Well, yeah,
that
yeah.
would be good. Make a draft revised map.
And I guess pick very contrasting colors to each other.
Yeah.
Have like
The
brown,
PD was
red, yellow, or something.
Wish you could be easy on us colorblind guys.
We can't have reds or greens, right?
No, red and green I'm fine with, it's when we start mixing all the blues and purples and.
Yeah, we're
grays.
gonna move away from the 3 different shades of turquoise here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a question, was Bubbling Wells addressed, Bubbling Wells area? Oh,
Yes,
good.
low,
Oh, great.
low
Low
density.
density, we gotta keep you guys.
The whole thing,
Yeah.
kept down by the highway.
Beautiful, thank you.
Cause that's what you all wanted, is.
Well, yeah, that's what I,
Mhm.
that's what I thought
And I
too,
think
so.
it's a great area to leave like that.
Me too.
You moved there.
Well, yay.
Yay.
I kind of feel good about this.
I do too.
I do too.
Actually accomplished
Now that I've
Yes,
seen
you
it,
did.
I do too.
So really, we're just needing, seriously, 3 colors?
Well.
maybe-
No, we do need
Okay, 4, we need the plan development. So
Maybe 4 or 5, but less than what's on there.
A lot less,
You still-
it
you
could be
still
a lot
gotta do
less
your school
confusing
district.
than what it is.
You gotta have your school district.
What is that on here already?
And it's like a dark green.
And you have your BLM too, so you got your
Parks?
BLM.
Oh, yeah, school and parks.
And when
Where
we,
does it say
when
school
we do the map, let's put some landmarks on.
School is at the
Oh, at the
top.
very top.
Like your house.
Okay.
No, I thought.
So yeah, that stuff will
Put
stay.
that.
But as far as yellow and purple and red
Oh, yeah.
and brown, sky blue, orange, we can get all those down
I
to
think
3
it's a
minutes.
good running start. And
I think so.
Yeah.
We don't wanna do too much, we'll confuse ourselves.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Alright.
The one, you signed the copy. Where did we end, let me see. Cause I'm afraid we're about to get into conflict with this one deal here. This little parcel next to the yellow there, it's different. You see the parcel I'm talking about? That, what did we do this right here, do we know?
This is medium.
Okay, so half acre would be okay in
No. Half acre is high density.
But is it zoned?
If
It
something's
is,
zoned already, then it's
you're
zoned already.
still okay.
Then it's okay, yeah.
Remember, this is a general plan.
Yes.
Not
that.
the map.
Yeah, but
That, that's what was concerning me earlier.
I know.
We went into
Keep on
concerns about the
shifting back and
map,
forth.
when it's just a general plan.
Yeah.
Right, I know that, but the person that walks in here and sees this is gonna say, oh, somebody's gonna have to explain it to them.
Just tell them right
I
now,
guess
just
that's
tell them
what-
they've gone to Disneyland,
Yeah.
and this is the little wand that's waving that we're wishing
Yeah.
it will be. But the map is still what the map says for zone.
The
Right.
zone is the zone.
If it's already zoned, it's safe.
Right,
But if it's not zoned, then it'll correspond with this unless they wanna do a general map
right.
hearing change thing, so. Okay,
Okay, yeah, I worry about that spot because they won't,
no, I know, I got an email from a realtor about that, so. I just forwarded them.
So I make a motion to adjourn?
And
Do we
we have
need to
anything
talk
else
about
in there?
anything else in the?
No, we do not. Janet seconds the motion.
Too late.
Aye.
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 Thank you. Have a good evening.
Oh my gosh.
This was way shorter.
We just streamed, but I didn't ever get the recorder.
Yeah, I realized that about 3/4 of the way through. We do have it on YouTube though.
So you can go back and watch. Okay, sorry about that.
No, that was me, that was my